For practice activity 5E, we'll be working with the parcels that we've created over the course of chapter 5. We'll be adding labels and tables to summarize the information related to each parcel. So we'll start by opening drawing PCL1-E1 parcels drawing. With that drawing open, we'll practice activities 5B, C, and D. We'll go to the Annotate tab, and from the Annotate tab, we're going to click on Add Labels. Now, we could click the little drop-down arrow to the right and choose a particular type of labels, but we don't want to. For this activity, we want to put our cursor right on the label icon and click. What that does is it gives us the Add Labels dialog box, which would not open had we clicked that little drop-down arrow and chosen a specific type of label. Here we get to choose what feature it is we want to label, and it is a parcel. Our label type will be a multiple segment. And then once we've chosen that, we'll choose our style. So our line label style will be ASC, bearing over distance, and our curved label style will be ASC delta over length and radius. With those options selected, we'll click the Add. And then we're prompted to click on the area labels that we want to add. So we'll click on the label and we're prompted to choose whether we want the labels to be oriented clockwise or counterclockwise. For this particular activity, they will be clockwise. So we're choosing clockwise, we're choosing to add the label, and we'll work our way around the block using the clockwise convention, and we'll work our way through that subdivision until all of the parcels have been labeled. Once we've added the last label to our subdivision parcels, we'll click on the X in the upper right-hand corner of the Add Labels dialog box to close it. We'll hit Escape to exit the command, and we'll do a quick save of our drawing. At this point, we're going to go to our View tabs, and we're going to navigate to a pre-created view. We're going to open Parcel-Tag 1. All right, with the parcel tag view set to be current, we're going to zoom in on a few lots. In block 2, we're going to select the label 11.70 feet. And actually, you can see this is quite crowded. If you look at the figure 557 on page 48 in chapter 5, you can see where that is. Obviously, the point of this activity is that we're going to clean this up. So 11.70, you'll find it, select it. Once you've selected it, you'll get a square grip and a diamond grip. We're going to select that square grip. Cursor right on the square grip. We're going to click and we're going to drag it to a location. So it's not quite as crowded. So we're going to drag it above that lower property line over towards the lower left-hand corner of lot 10 in block 2, as it's shown on the bottom of page 57. Once we've got that located there, we'll repeat that process for the 21.48. And we'll again grab the square grip and we'll move that. So that it is not as crowded. And at this point, I'm going to drop it in a location and then I'll pan out. Make sure it's not cluttered. All right, once I've got that located out of the way, I'll hit escape to unselect it. Now I'm going to add tags and a table. So now I'm going to move to the Annotate tab. From the Annotate tab, I'm going to go into my tables. So I'm going to select to add tables. And again, as I did with the labels, I'm going to click on the tables icon, and then I'll choose Parcel, and then I'll choose Add Segment. Okay, so I'm adding a parcel table. My table creation dialog box will open. I'm going to choose the icon in the lower left-hand corner where it tells me pick on screen or no tag selected. With that option selected, now actually I have to zoom on out a bit. And I'm going to choose in the left-hand side of this subdivision towards the lower edge of lot 4 in block 1. I'm going to choose that label, and then I'm going to choose the 18.30 North 52. I'm going to choose that information. And then I'm going to navigate towards the bottom of block 1. I'm going to choose the little on the diagonal corner of that piece of property for block 1, lot 1. And then I'll repeat the process for block 3, lot 11 for that little bit of a diagonal property bound. With those 4 pieces of information selected, I'm going to hit enter on my keyboard. Now, once I've done that, I'm prompted. I have to choose either not to add labels that are not in tag mode, or I have to choose the option, which is by default, convert all selected to label styles to tag mode, which I am going to click on. And I'll click OK to close my table creation dialog box. And now I have to drop the table somewhere. So I'm going to drop it in an open space just above the block 2 subdivision. With that selected, I have a small table that itemizes the parcel lines and curves. I'm going to continue on. I'll do a quick save, and then I'll continue on. Again, from the Annotate tab, I'm going to choose to add a table, and I'll choose to add a parcel, add area table. So, parcel, add area. Once I've selected that option, in the table creation dialog box, when I have to select by label or style now, and if you can't see that, just hover at the line that divides the style name and the selection so you can read the full thing. So it is name, square foot, and acreage. So that's the second from the bottom. All right, so I'm selecting name, square foot, and acres, and then I'm checking the box to apply, and then I'll click OK to close the dialog box. And now I have quite a table. I have a summary of all of the parcels. Obviously, I have to drop it someplace. I'm going to move it to the far right. Okay, I've got my parcel area table. So I have a summary of my parcels with the perimeter, the parcel number, the area, and then of course the segments that define the boundaries of each parcel. All right, I'm going to do a quick save again. And now for task 4, I'll create a parcel report. Also, I'm going to go to my toolbox tab of my tool space. Going to go to my reports manager. And I'm going to expand my parcels report. I will select from my list of parcel support the surveyor's certificate. With that selected, I'll right click and I'll choose execute. With the options, I'm going to leave everything checked. Where I have an option to choose, I'm going to choose to select from the drawing, and then I'll have to go into the drawing and I'll select one of the single family lots. So we'll simply click on a lot. Any one of them will do. Once we've done that, selected the lot, we'll hit enter. And we'll click OK to close that dialog box. And now we're prompted to choose a location to save it. I'm going to go, I think for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to throw it on my desktop. I'll click Save. The report will open in the, I believe it's the Microsoft Edge browser. And here we have it. So we have the surveyor's report for, in my example, lot 14 of block 3, because that was the one I selected. So that is the end of activity 5E.